Hello and welcome back to my channel on this wet and miserable 1st of December. It's a bit of an early start in a way for the video today because sometimes the best laid plans of mice and men just don't happen. And I had a decision to make about which group to go to today because Joe has to leave at 12 noon. And I decided, after asking a lady I regularly sit with a group for a lift home, to go to the second group, get a lift home and leave my vlog until tomorrow. So yeah, everything fitted, nothing spoiling. And then 5 minutes before I was due to leave to go to group this morning, the lovely lady texted me and said she's been poorly all night. She's really sorry, but she won't be able to make group, which I'm sorry for her. But it also threw me into a bit of a spin because sometimes when you've got everything mapped out in your head and you're a very organised person like I am, one little change like that can, I don't know, just kind of knock me off balance. My first reaction is always, what can I eat? Even though I think I've got over that, it's still there. So how did I react? When the text came in, I texted her back and said, I hope she soon feels better, and I genuinely do. But my other reaction was calling at Costa on the way to group, oh, sod it, why don't I have a hot chocolate? I'm not going to do it, but the thought's still there, and I think sometimes that's what's really scary. Because I've recognised this week, after continuing to be full of cold and everything all week and actually not sleeping brilliantly a couple of nights, that when I'm tired, I react differently. And so I'm still learning about myself after 3 years at Target. I will have been at Target 3 years on Wednesday. I am still learning about myself, and I'm going to have to come up with new coping mechanisms because being tired is not a good enough reason not to eat. On the first day that I felt particularly tired, Joe was at work and I was making my lunch, and I will go to the effort of cooking myself a proper meal even though I'm just cooking for me. But you know, when you're tired and there's nobody there to see what you're doing, sometimes it would be easier not to bother. I did bother. I did myself chicken and aloo gobi, and I actually had a jacket potato with it, which Joe said, Mum, I think aloo gobi is supposed to replace the potato, it's got potato in it. And I said, well, I was hungry, so I had a potato in it. That's fine, that's why I can do that, it's on plan. But yeah, I've learned about myself this week that sudden changes can knock me, and being tired can knock me. And well, I've stuck to plan because it's, in a lot of ways, it's the most comfortable thing to do. It's manageable and it doesn't stress me out. I'm much more stressed when I'm starting to think, shall I eat this or shall I not eat that, or shall I cut this out? And that's when my head goes wappy and I need to give my head a wobble, get myself back to normal. So yeah, it's been a nice week in a lot of ways. It's been a stressful week in other ways, but everybody's life is stressful. I think I'm a very level person, really, in a lot of ways. My husband would probably disagree at times because I can be a very fiery person. But I think now that my food feels right and my body size and shape feels right, my mind is following suit and it feels much more right than it used to, if that makes any sense. I'm not either up there and as high as a kite, down there and feeling totally depressed, or somewhere in the middle going, oh God, I'm anxious, I'm fretting, I'm scared, I'm worried. I think I'm much more content in the person that I am today because I don't have things to worry about like, oh my God, what am I going to wear? Because I was thinking about tonight at our group, it's the big Christmas party. And I'm thinking, you know, even 3 years ago when I joined group at 13 stone 8, I would have been panicking all day today. Oh my God, what am I going to wear for the party? If I was going, I'm not actually going because it's not my thing, but that used to be the sort of thing that caused me so much stress and worry. Because just something as simple as I've got nothing to wear that fits me is devastating when you're in that position. I can look at it now and I think to myself, why didn't you just go out and buy something that did fit you? But then I remind myself, do you know, that in itself is not easy. Because going out into town at this time of year when the shops are full of party gear and you go into the clothes shops that cater for larger sizes and try and find something that doesn't need a cardigan to make it look respectable, that's all stress. I don't need that anymore, because if I was going to the party tonight, I've probably got 10 outfits I could wear. I don't have to worry about something that I always had the power to change, but I could never see it. And thinking again this week about, I come on here every week and I talk to you about what my week's been like, and sometimes if I watch my videos back, I think to myself, Jane, you make it look too easy. And I don't know if anybody ever watches me and thinks, oh, it's all right for her, she makes it look so easy. But I want to stand here today and say, actually, it isn't easy. It's simple, because it's a simple plan to follow, but it isn't easy. Because there's been 100 times this week when I could have said, I'll just have this, I'll just have that. Everybody else is having a mince pie, I'll just have one. Why don't I have that? Oh, I'm just, it's so easy. Why don't I just put Jersey milk in my coffee? Because that's what I really, really like. Why I don't do it? Because it's not worth it. But it would be easy. The easiest thing would be to say, pass me the chocolate, pass me the crisps, pass me the Quality Street, pass me the, what were we looking at yesterday in B&M? Galaxy chocolate bars. No, not chocolate bars, Galaxy cake bar selection. Pass me that, I'll eat all 15. Because that's me. Don't ever pass me one and expect me to eat one. I can't do that. And after 3 years at Target, I still can't do that. And if I can't do it for the rest of my life, that's just how it's going to be.
It's like having a tub of ice cream and saying, oh, I'll just have a spoonful a day.
We can't do that,
I can't do that. No, I could never do
I'm not
that.
an ice cream person. Ice cream would be Joe's thing. Cake, chocolate, biscuits, bread, sandwiches, pork pie, salted nuts. Oh, God. We've been buying nuts this week to put in Christmas presents, making up hampers and things. And it's like, I'm fine actually, because they're bought for somebody else, but we've got macadamia nuts, we've got salted cashew nuts, we've got plain cashew nuts and all these lot. If I opened a 400-gram bag of any of those nuts, they'd last me less than half an hour. I'm not going to do it because they're going to get wrapped up, they're going in Christmas hamper bags, but those feelings, I don't think we can kid ourselves. I don't think those feelings are ever going to go away. It's part of what we're made of. It's how we became the people we are today. But for me, I have to acknowledge it and say, do you know what? Galaxy chocolate orange cake bars, I know what they taste like. Why do I need to eat another 15? It'll just make me fat again. I don't want to be fat. And I honestly now know what it means to say, feeling slim, it's better than anything tastes. Because when we were having a discussion when we were walking yesterday, weren't we, Joe? Because we were saying how easy it would be to just blow it. And we were having this discussion, and Joe's thing is ice cream. I could have a freezer full of ice cream, I wouldn't touch it. Joe wouldn't touch some of the things I would like pork pie. You wouldn't touch pork pie if you were starving.
I wouldn't touch pork pie with a barge full.
No, but if you
I
were
wouldn't touch nuts either,
no.
even if
you weren't allergic to them.
Even if I wasn't allergic to them, I still wouldn't. They just don't do it for me.
Yeah, but we all have those things that do it for us. And we were just talking when we were out yesterday about how easy it would be to just say, Christmas, let's just forget it. Let's just do what we want to do. But if I did that, because in a lot of ways, Christmas starts today, doesn't it? It's 1st of December. And a lot of people view that as it's the start of the Yuletide or whatever. If I decided from today to just gradually allow myself to have treats, I can tell you now that in a month, on the 1st of January, I could be a stone heavier. And then I'd be starting the 1st of January at a stone. I might maintain that weight for the whole year, and I might say to you on the 1st of December next year, I've maintained my weight. I was this weight on the 1st of January. But I just want to encourage people, when you look at maintaining your weight, don't look at what you were on the 1st of January, because most of us, and I'm including myself in this, most of us might have had a gain over Christmas and New Year. So if we look at what we are on the 1st of January and then say I'm going to maintain that till the end of the year, and then every year we're gaining a few pounds, and do you know what? We don't notice until we get up one morning and our fat bum won't go into our jeans and we go, oh my God, I used to be 9 stone and now I'm 11.5. And that's how it happens. It's devious and it sneaks back.
You said something good yesterday as well. You said if you do decide to like let treats in, they're over too quickly. It's all over too quickly.
Yeah.
Like if you decide to have a big cheat meal or something like that, it's over before you know it, and then you're left with like the pangs of regret. And
well, I know that if I decide to really blow it, say tonight I'm going to eat anything I want tonight, I could gain 4 or 5 pounds by next Saturday. That's acceptable. That happens to a lot of people. I'm not unique in that. But it would take me 3 months maybe to lose it. I don't want to be in that place. For something that I could do, for the damage I could do in an hour, to then pay for it for 3 months. I remember when I first came to watching YouTube, before I ever vlogged, I used to watch a young lady. Her name was Laurie, I think.
yeah,
Laurie.
Laurie loses.
Laurie loses. I'm not picking on Laurie, I'm just saying I used to watch her. And I used to think she was really lovely. Watched her every day she vlogged. And I remember coming up to this time of year, she lost it. She lost it at the end of November. And she lost it big time. And she kept vlogging, bless her, and she was very brave and she was carried on being lovely. But she never, ever, ever got it back. Now, I ought to check whether she's still vlogging, whether she's still doing Slimming World. Not checked for over a year, maybe a year and a half. She might be back on it, she might be loving it. But I remember crying for that girl because she was doing so well and she had overcome so many things in her life. And I remember crying for her because she lost it and she couldn't get it back. But remembering that about Laurie, and Laurie, if you ever watch this video, I will forever be grateful to you because you have given me something that every time I think, Laurie didn't deserve to lose it. I don't want to lose it. I'm not going to do that to myself. It strengthens me. Because I saw the pain in that girl when she couldn't get it back. So, yeah, I don't know where any of that came from. That wasn't anything I intended to talk about today. Let's look at my results.
Shout out Lauren B.
Oh, Lauren B. Yeah, Lauren B, where are you? Come back. Isa, where are you?
Yeah.
Mummy of twins,
Oh,
Joe.
yeah. Bloody hell.
We have come across some incredible people while we've been doing these videos, and come back because there were some amazing people. Emma G, where are you?
Oh, yeah.
They're probably all still on Instagram, but we don't do Instagram. But let me give us a couple of shout outs this week because 2 videos that really helped me this week. One was from Fiona, Our Crazy Life Scotland. If you're not subscribed to Fiona or if you've not come across Fiona's channel, go and take a look because she talks real sense. And this week she was talking about weight loss. Well, actually it was a video about her birthday that I watched, so if you can find that one. And she actually talks about how weight loss is made up. And she says it in such a logical, common sense way. And it's the difference between losing water weight, muscle weight, and what we should be hoping to lose, which is fat weight. And I found that such an encouraging video. So yeah, that's Fiona on Our Crazy Life Scotland. Go and take a look at her channel. And the other one I'm going to say, and I've spoken about this young lady before and how much she helps me, Rebecca Shaw. Rebecca's a vegetarian Target member. And she just has such a lovely way of thinking through things and then sharing them. And she put a video up this week, which was her weight update. You'll find it if you look on Rebecca's list. But she just, and I'm not saying it because she mentioned me, but she just puts me back on an even keel so often. And literally gets my feet back on the ground. So yeah, those 2 people, if you get a chance, give them a look and give them a subscribe, please. Results today, I have had a 100% on plan week. I've weighed everything, I've measured everything, I've written everything down, and I've loved it. I've eaten chicken, I've eaten fillet steak, I've eaten poached salmon, I've eaten Slimming World aloo gobi, I've eaten buckwheat, I've eaten sushi, because I always do. I've had bananas, I've had blueberries, I've had kiwi fruits, I've had apples, I've had pears. I've had a lovely week. So I go to group this morning, but one thing I did do this week, I maxed it out. I pushed it to the limit. So I did the new plan, 2 A's, 1 B. And I pushed it to the limit by having 15 sins every day. So usually I'm around 95, 96 by 15. And I feel great. I feel on top of the world. I feel really well, apart from still full of cold. Went to group this morning, got on the scales, and Joe laughed because he says he jinxes me, but I gained ½ a pound. Now that's perfect. I mean, that's what being at Target's about. It's about losing and gaining and not seeing a gain as a failure, because it isn't. And Joe said to me, how do you feel about that? Did I jinx you? And I said, no, you didn't jinx me at all. That's perfect. And the funny thing was, and this is probably TMI, quite often before I go to group, I don't have a chance to go to the loo because it's a bit early in the morning. This morning I did. But one thing I want to say is don't ever rely on the bowel movement to lose weight. Because if you've had, I'm going to say a crap week, if you've had a crap week, one bowel movement is not going to save you. It's about what we eat. And I get so excited about this because, oh my God, I love my food. So yeah, ½ a pound on, so I am bang on target at 9 stone. That feels like the best place in the world to be, you know? If I can stay between 8 stone 11 and 9 stone 3 and eat the way I've eaten this week and enjoy my food the way I've enjoyed it this week, I have got nothing to complain about. A lady did ask in my comments, why did I say about doing the new plan, 2 A's, 1 B, when surely as a Target member, I think it was Tracy, surely as a Target member I'm already allowed to do that. I don't work this plan as a Target member, I work this plan as an EE member, for the simple reason that all of those Target plans in the Slim for Life book cause me to gain weight. I can't do it. But I've been at Target for 3 years and I found a way that works for me. And we are all so different. And also I think you've got to take into account age. Your body cannot do at 62 what it can do at 32 or 25 or even 40. Everything slows down. When you've gone through the menopause and everything, your body slows down. Most women will tell you the first time they have a weight problem, if they've been naturally slim all their life, is when they've gone through the menopause. It starts to go on here. And that's when we don't need it, girls. So I am grateful if I can hold my target at age 62 at 9 stone. For God's sake, you know, I weighed a stone and a bit more than this when I started secondary school at age 11. So can't grumble, can I? And I'm going to share a couple of food things with you. But I'm going to show you this cardigan. Well, you can see it, can't you? I bought it in TK Maxx, and it's a crew one. It's a bit thicker than your average. It's not thick and fleecy though, it's cottony, it's lovely and warm. It's got little slits in the sleeves, which I think set it off, and it's got little slits in the hem. But I put it on this morning because it was just that bit warmer than just a zip-up fleece. £55 was the recommended retail price, £20 is what they're selling them for now. And they also do it in grey, light grey, so I might go back and get another one. But yeah, I wanted to just tell you that in case you're looking for something just to layer up. A couple of food items and then we must get on because Joe has to be busy. Turnips. Now, I have been looking for turnips since I mentioned them about 4 weeks ago. Shown the turnips, Joe?
Yep.
Nobody seems to know these days what a turnip is. Well, I'm not saying you don't know. I obviously know. But most of the supermarkets at the moment do not have them. Most of the greengrocers don't have them. And if you ask for them, they go, oh, you mean a swede? No, I don't mean a swede. A swede is that orangey brown thing that's big. These are turnips. My dad used to call them cattle fodder because he used to say they feed cows on them, but hey ho. Enough said. I like turnip and I'm going to put some in a stew. I'm also I've got a slightly bigger one and I'm going to try doing it like a singing Swede and see what happens to it. If you hear a big bang from Nottingham, it didn't work. The other thing I want to show is, I think Rachel showed this milk a few weeks ago and we've been looking for it ever since, but we found it yesterday in our local Sainsbury's at the garage, didn't we, Joe? Mm-hmm. It's absolutely fabulous. It's only got one thing I would say against it. It's £2.50 for 750 mils. Now, is it worth £2.50? Yes, if you want it. I might have it at weekends. On the app it says you can have all 750 mils for an A choice. So I might treat myself to it at weekends. But to buy one of those every day, £17.50 a week. Bit steep when you're already spending nearly a £5 a day on sushi, isn't it? I have to say, I'm not a lover of almond milk. I usually find it too watery. Even the good ones, even the Blue Diamond and the Alpro. I like Alpro Professional almond milk, but that's hard to get unless you buy it on the internet. But that, what's it called, Jen?
Califia.
Is absolutely lovely. Really lovely. I'm not just like, I can't emphasise how lovely it is. But as I say, it's £2.50. It's worth getting a bottle and treating yourself if you like almond milk. But I think under the changes on the app that come in at Christmas, most of the unsweetened almond milks, and that's one of them, will be limited to 400 mils. So, yeah. I'm going to carry on going forward, doing the new plan. Any changes? The only change I think I might make this week is if I am using that kind of milk, unsweetened almond milks, unsweetened coconut milks, whatever, I am going to try to stick to 400 mils because I think that's what's coming. I'm doing the plan, but I think I'm having too much milk. If I say I've had 11 large coconut lattes this week, I'm not exaggerating. So I've got to go because mine's going cold and the time's about to run out. Have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Remember, it works if you work it, won't if you don't. Bye.
Bye.